Welcome to another spirit review at southerndistillingnews.com. My name is Chris Melke. I'll be your host, and I'm also the editor of southerndistillingnews.com. So today is early primary day in North Carolina. So I have my little sticker here. That's what this is I voted early. So I decided to get it out of the way, not wait till the big rush in the polls, and decided to cast my vote. So on top of all that political responsibility, I decided to review TOPO 8 Oak Carolina whiskey. So this is a purely organic whiskey. It's by USDA, so it's a pretty one of the unique whiskeys that's in North Carolina. And what it is, it's manufactured by the TOPO Distillery out in Chapel Hill. It was founded in 2012 by a gentleman named Scott Maitland, who is also one of the leaders here on the distilling movement in North Carolina. So the unique thing about this is that TOPO is not actually aged in barrels. It's actually aged in a fermentation tank, and what it has is a tea bag that's dropped into there and steeped, and it has 8 different types of oak and different levels of char. There's 2 French oaks and 1 American oak. So these are all combined and then put in for, I think it was, if I remember right, 6 months. I'm not really positive on that number, but it's just enough to make it a young whiskey, to give it some color and some nice flavoring. So we'll take a look at that today, and then I'll also make a little drink with it. So TOPO, like I said, is a very young whiskey. You can tell the color is not as brown or as deep as a lot of those other colors that are here. It's very light. It's a light whiskey, so if you go ahead and swirl it around in the glass, you'll notice the runs go down pretty smoothly. So it's a very light and not a dense, because it's not clinging to the sides of the glass. So let's take a smell here. So what I'm getting is, again, since it's so young, there's a lot of vanilla in here, but there also is some nice pepper that's evident on the nose. I'm smelling a little bit of coconut and a little bit of almond. So that's what I get out of it. So let's go ahead and take a taste. So the taste on this is that it's very vanilla-y, has very good vanillan notes, and that's one of the things that's interesting about TOPO is that in the actual, for one of their oaks, has a high vanillan content. And the nice thing is, you can kind of see this in the bottle here, is that they actually put one of the chips in the actual bottle. So you get that big vanilla flavor coming through. You get some of that kick from the pepper. So it gives it a little bit of spice, but it's not very harsh like a rye whiskey, an all rye whiskey, but it's very nice. And on the aftertaste, you get that little bit of spice, you get a little bit of pepper. It doesn't last as long as some of the heavier liqueurs and that sort of thing, because it goes down pretty smooth. So that's the nice thing about it. And like I said, this is a very rare treat in North Carolina, because it's all, the ingredients come from all within 100 miles of the distillery. So the nice thing is that, this is all organic. It's also winter wheat. I'm sorry, I'm not winter wheat. It is red, let's see, soft winter wheat. So it's not red, it's soft winter wheat. So sorry, these are my notes. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have notes on these things, but I screw up from time to time. And it's 51% wheat according to the mash bill, at least 51%. So it's classified as a wheat whiskey. So like I said, it's a very nice light whiskey, good for people to start out on and enjoy. So let's go ahead and try to make a drink here. So what I have is a Carolina sour. So if you remember from the last time, I did have another sour with another drink that I made. So I do like sour drinks. So let's go ahead and try to make this. So what you're going to have is it's actually going to be put in a shaker. And so we're going to grab the shaker here from the back bar. And I've already put some ice in it, so that's already done. So I'm going to put in, it says here for Carolina Sour, this is a recipe is available on TOPO's website. It's going to be 1.5 ounces of whiskey, so that's a shot and a half. There's one, approximately a half. And we're going to cork that up because I'm a klutz, and so I don't spill it all over myself. I'm going to move this out of the way, so again, I don't spill it on myself. So the recipe calls for 3/4 of lemon juice, so that's 3/4 of a shot of lemon juice. So I've got some here, and we'll put that in there. It's about 3/4. And also what I have is it's calling for 3/4 of a shot of lime juice. Oh my gosh. That was unanticipated, but hey, there's some comedy going on there for you, so cheers. And then we've got 3/4 of simple syrup. So the thing is that with these reviews, I do them all in one take. I just say, you know, I'm gonna go for it. Whatever happens, happens. That's real life. So we got 3/4 of simple syrup. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in a little dash of Angostura bitters. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but I have orange here. I'm not gonna put a lot in. You just wanna just put a little bit of bitters in there. You don't want a ton in there, because I'm sure that it will get bitter pretty quick. It's pretty powerful. So, then you're gonna shake it up. This top pops off, it's even more comedy. So, all right. So now we got our drink here. I know this is supposed to be rocks in here and that sort of thing, but we'll go with this for now. So here we go. This is a Carolina Sour from TOPO. Excellent. This is an excellent drink. Excellent to have. So like I said, this is TOPO 8 Oak Carolina whiskey. The one thing you might notice is I don't include ratings on my site, and the thing is that everybody has different tastes, different taste buds. You know, they taste things differently, so I don't know how the people give ratings to different things. But this is a really nice whiskey for a beginner, and even has some sophistication with the 8 Oaks for the mature drinker or somebody who wants a little bit of something different. So this is Chris Melke from the Southern Distilling News. Thanks for tuning in, and that's it. Thanks.